Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Welcome once again to our channel, where we share profound videos concerning trading, concerning money, concerning finances, concerning investments. On this session, we are going to share with you the overall weekly analysis for VIX 75 or Volatility 75 index. So Volatility 75 index, to those that are new to it, this is an index that we trade using a derivative broker, which is an index that is traded 24/7, meaning 7 days in a week. We'll do some other videos to actually explain more concerning synthetic indices and Volatility 75 as a whole. So on this episode, I'm going to share with you the overall weekly analysis of Volatility 75 index. So if you check, by the way, happy Valentine's to everyone. Happy Valentine's to everyone all over the world. We know that today it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's, everyone. Happy Valentine's. We hope your loved ones, you have remembered them on this special Valentine's Day. So moving on, as you can see, we are already in a trade. We are in a buy for Volatility 75 index. We actually caught a buy from the bottom here. We are currently in a buy trade right now on Volatility 75 index. So we are actually in a buy, but we are the purpose. Remember, the purpose of this video is to show you the overall weekly analysis. So I'm going to clear my chart and remove this everything. So for those who might be interested in getting free bonus signals for the Volatility 75 index and the Nasdaq and US 30 and even currencies, if you are one who can say I want free bonus signals, I want signals, if you check in the description below, you'll find that there's a Telegram link and there's also a WhatsApp link. So you join those two groups and you get to benefit with some bonus signals that we'll be sharing and also some profound trading information that you get there. So moving forward, I'm going to clear everything on my chart. Right. So my chart is now clear. I'm currently on the 30-minute time frame. So you realize that our analysis, as you all know, we all do what we call the top-down analysis. We start from the top to determine what is actually happening, which can also determine what we're going to be currently doing now. So obviously the top, we are looking at the daily time frame. We're looking at the daily time frame. So I just need to move to the daily time frame. Daily time frame. Right. I'm now on the daily time frame, as you can see. Now on the daily time frame, as you can see. So you realize that this instrument is actually one of the most interesting instruments to trade on the financial markets. Very most interesting instrument. So as you can see, based on the daily time frame, as you can see, let me zoom out my chart so that you can see what has been happening. Right. So if you check our Volatility 75 index, in this first phase here, let me say this phase that I'm seeing here from there to there, that whole phase, if you check, this market was actually in an uptrending structure. You can actually identify that by the presence of higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. You can actually identify that by the presence of higher highs, that low is an equal low, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So you discover that there was a break of structure here, which actually obviously it violated the uptrending structure, but came and made a new low here, which was a a lower low, and a lower high here, but went again back up, of which that high, if you check, it's actually also lower than that most recent high. So lower low, lower high. Let me do this. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So after that lower low, you discover that this market went all the way to this recent lower high, and broke the market structure that we were expecting, because this was now a new market movement. It was now in a sort of like a downtrending market there. So from that point, from that break of structure, we now hit a new high, which is this one, a new high. That's a new high. Let me say NH to resemble new high. So that was a new high there, but came back, continued to kind of downtrend, kind of to retrace a bit to the downside, but eventually it broke to the upside. So currently we are in an overall uptrend on the Volatility 75 index. Currently we are in an overall uptrend. We're in an overall uptrending market overall currently on the Volatility 75 index. So as you can see, what do we mean by an uptrend? We have that low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and maybe possibly an equal low there. So let me clear my chart once again. Right. So as we have seen that we're in an overall uptrend, we will now want to identify areas of value. We now want to identify areas of value which are obviously our entry points. So as you can see, we have a trend line breakout there on the overall bullish, on the overall uptrending market. It was uptrending. Then there was a trend line breakout there. So right now, what we want, if this is indeed a complete breakout, this market has to come back and retest, then proceed to continue going down. So that is if it's a complete breakout, unless it's a fake out. If it's a fake out, this candle right now that is loading, which is 13 hours for it to finish, it has to come back inside here, then a retest there, then the market continues all the way to the upside. Right. So those are two scenarios that we're expecting, either for it to be a fake out or for it to actually be a complete breakout to the downside. So right now we are currently down there. So now I want also to identify if there's any level of resistance. For example, the current next support that is there, we have a support there, which is here. So that support is actually going to be a very determining factor of whether this market is going to actually be a complete breakout or it's going to be just a fake out. So you realize now that once it's actually been confirmed that this market did indeed produce a breakout and a retest, obviously they were taking sales all the way to the downside this whole week. Obviously we'll be taking our sales all the way to the downside. So you realize now that once we get a retest, if this is indeed a breakout, once we get a retest to our trend line, that's definitely opportunities for sales. Obviously, that first zone, that will be your first take profit. Then the market can consolidate a bit before maybe continuing to shoot down all the way to the upside, to the downside. So that is the scenario, first scenario that we're expecting. If that market is a breakout, we're expecting this market to retest. Once it retests our trend line, we're going all the way to the downside. So if it's now a fake out now, if it's a fake out, this candle has to come back inside. Once it's inside, just to retest, wait for a retest inside, then we take over our buys to this top level of resistance that we're having on the daily time frame. So overall, that is the overall weekly analysis that we are anticipating on the volatility 75 index. The overall weekly analysis that we are expecting on the volatility 75 index. So let us just scale down maybe to 4 hours and see currently what the market is doing, if it's actually respecting some of these levels that we have marked there. Right, so if you check, we are on the 4 hour now. On the 4 hour, you realize that the support that we drew there on the daily, it's also still being respected as well on the 4 hour time frame. If you check that level, this whole level there, it's actually a support, because that was the first touch here, first touch there, second touch there, and obviously right now we are on a third touch. So right now the opportunities, as you can actually see right now, the potential for this market to actually shoot up, it's actually also there, which can actually be either a retest on the daily or a fake out, as I showed you on the daily time frame. So that's where we actually got our buying opportunity, as we showed you at the beginning of the video, that we are actually currently in a buy. We're actually currently in a buy on the volatility 75 index. So as you can see as well on the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame. Let's see if we can actually clarify the buy that we're currently in. Right, so we actually draw our trend lines clearly like that. That's the bottom trend line. If ever we have a top, let's see, top there, it's like that. So currently, roughly, this index, the volatility 75 index, this is where we caught the buy here at the bottom there. So roughly, to actually see if this market is going to shoot up, it actually has to break some structures here to the upside. For example, if you check, it was actually downtrending. That's a lower high, that's a lower low, that's a lower high, and that is a lower low. So if ever this market is going to actually go all the way to the upside, it has to come and break that previous lower high. Either it comes and breaks it, like that, like this, and goes all the way to the upside, or if it wants to continue selling, it will come there and come down, or even consolidate in this zone up until it gets a direction, whether to the downside or to the upside. So those are the two scenarios that we're currently expecting. But overall, right now, we are currently in a buy. We're currently in profit in a buy, in a buy for the volatility 75 index. So if ever you want bonus signals or paid signals, just go to the Telegram link in the description link below, and you can also check, there's a WhatsApp link below. You can also check for those two links in the description area below there. So once again, we are going to be giving you all this information as from now going forward. We're going to be breaking down all these markets, all these types of markets for you. So, well, thank you once again for watching. Thank you once again for watching. We hope you have gained some valuable information in this video. We hope you have commented, we hope you have liked, we hope you have already subscribed, and you'll stay tuned to this channel, as we'll be sharing with you helpful information that is actually going to help your trading career. So currently, that is what is happening. We actually have a resistance there. We have a resistance there. We have a support there. So this is 1 hour time frame. We have a resistance there. We have a support there. So roughly this market, it can actually play, if it doesn't play around here before going up, it can actually form a double bottom structure, come and break the neckline, continue here. If it breaks now that level, they definitely, we're now going to the next recent highs that we're having. So that is the whole expectation. Either it forms a double bottom and continues all the way to the upside, since we are currently in a buy, or it actually consolidates in that zone up until it gains in the overall direction, whether to the downside or to the upside. So that is the current analysis for right now, and the overall weekly analysis as we have shown you. So thank you once again for watching, as we are going to meet on the next YouTube video that we are going to share. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for staying tuned to this wonderful platform. Till we meet again on the next video.